Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ladies, gentlemen, gamers, and fellow League of Legends lovers and haters, welcome back. We are back once again after our 2 week planned hiatus to react once again to the patch notes. So we are here. It's been 2 weeks. As I've been trying to do with a lot of the patch notes recently, we're going to hopefully only react to the cool shit and the relevant shit in this because I used to spend way too much time on these and I used to hate them. And I kind of still do, but it's okay. I want this really to be not much more of like an in-depth breakdown. I mean, I can do that. I have been playing League a lot recently, and we'll talk about that. But I want this me to be more of like a reaction to anything that matters because there's a lot of changes in these patch notes that just really just suck dick and don't matter. I'll be real. But either way, we don't need to go fully into it. We could hopefully speed run it and everything will be hunky dory. But either way, I've been playing a lot of League for the pure fact that ARAM Mayhem has been out. There's been a new battle pass out, and we're kind of nearing what feels like the culmination of the whole Darken event, the whole Darken lore pushing forward. And I'm gonna be honest, it's been an absolute blast, an absolute treat, and I hope Riot kind of does this moving forward, and if not, gets better at it. Now, what am I talking about? I'm talking about these in-game motion, or sorry, in-client motion comics. These things have been really good. Now, this isn't necessarily related too much to the patch, but this is kind of like the League lore section, or like, just what's going on with the game. But I feel like overall League is actually in a really good spot. We don't have Doombots anymore, which is what it is, but we do have, like I said, Arena Mayhem, and that's been an absolute blast, an absolute treat. I wonder if they're going to do any sort of balance towards ARAM Mayhem, and from what I'm reading here, they actually are. So we're gonna see that. We're gonna see how good it is. I'll describe my opinions, and we'll just go through it. I don't expect anything crazy big in this patch though, because the next crazy big thing we're probably gonna get is going to be tied to the whole season shit. So it's probably not going to be until next year because we're in the middle of Worlds and nothing really is going to happen besides maybe in Arena. But I'm assuming something big is going to come to Arena because it's been a long time now since I believe it's been out. And they did say they were going to update it kind of big. And again, with Arena, I always say I think they kind of dropped the ball by not updating it too much when it came back. But it seems like it's still really popular, which is good. And I low key hope ARAM Mayhem is as popular and they make that shit stay too, because this shit is so fucking fun. But either way, they're in Chengdu. Worlds is happening. Finals is, I believe, this weekend. They got Machine Herald Victor, which is actually, I've heard, a better skin than a lot of the legendaries that are coming out now, which is great for Victor mains, terrible for everyone else. And Panda Pal Lux hitting the Rift, which I believe Riot is donating money based on how much that skin makes. But yes, we are getting another Lux skin that is also Chinese. Go figure. Oh, give me 1 second here. Okay. I got some carrots and some tomatoes to help me with this one. So, this is where moving more down. What else do we got? Live balance patch focuses on runes this time. Okay, interesting. And it doesn't seem like there's that much this patch, so hopefully it'll be a light patch. We have some skins to go over besides the stupid Panda Lux one, and we'll see what's up. So we have Panda Pal Lux, which they're putting front and center. Again, another Lux skin, whoop-de-doo. This is going to do probably really well in China. But, and this is for Worlds in China too. Wow. And they'll donate 100% of the proceeds plus a 2 times match to their social impact fund, which is great. I don't know fully what their social impact fund does, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't even care. Once they hear, like, oh yeah, you're donating it or you're doing something good with it, most people just stop there. And I'm assuming Riot actually does do stuff with it, but I know in the past a lot of people have done stuff and donated to charity, and the charities aren't too good. But I trust Riot with this, honestly, because Riot has been, despite all the monetary stuff going on with the cosmetics, they've been pretty upstanding, pretty good. So that's good, even though I hate the fucking skin. And then Machine Herald Victor, this is the one that they decided to bake in the oven a little bit more. I think from, again, what I've heard, I haven't seen, but from what I've heard, this is basically old Victor. This shit is fucking amazing, I've heard, so this is great. So it's also going to be coming out later in the patch because they're making more adjustments to him. And if you have Mastery 5 or above on him, as of August 4th, so there's no way you could do it anymore unless you have a time machine, and you can basically get it for free, which is sad. I don't think I have Victor Mastery 5, do I? Let me see. Where's Victor? It's going to be all the way down at the V's. Oh, please tell me I have Mastery 5, ABCFG. Because that's a good skin, man. That's old Victor. Where is he? Oh, he's right there. No, he's Mastery 4. God damn it. All right, whatever. This is a bomb-ass skin, though. But yeah, it's a 1350, and it has the quality of legendaries, if not some, better than some legendaries now. But either way, going on to champions, Akshan. His base health is going down. The cooldown on his Q is going up. They're nerfing him. Cool. Asol. So Asol, they're touching, which is interesting. They're saying he's a menace in the late game, but he has to be because he's an infinite scaler. And his early game is painful. So what are they doing? Huh. Wait, so are they just buffing him? We don't think his early game needs to be quite as bad. Oh, yeah, they are buffing him. Nice. So they're giving him slightly more move speed, which is secretly OP, which is actually really good. And the Q burst is going up by 5, which is not anything crazy, but cool. This really isn't nothing, besides the move speed. I actually really like that a lot. Blitzcrank. All they need to do to help this champion out is revert him to his past form. And this might not be familiar to a lot of players, especially recent players, and when I say recent, I mean the couple years. But Blitzcrank used to activate his W and get no negative effects from it. Now he gets slowed, and with the amount of supports there are out there, and with the amount of just mages that go in the bot lane too, I think they need to give Blitzcrank that shit back. I don't understand why he gets slowed. It's really dumb. It's really stupid. It makes playing the champion feel like shit. Now, granted, you might say it's OP, but we got these motherfucking people with like all these dashes and flips and everything. And it's like, bruh, why the fuck can't Blitzcrank not get slowed? I feel like it's so bad. Now, granted, Blitzcrank is very powerful. He just needs to land one ability and it turns the tide of probably a team fight or a game if it's late game. But still, man, I think they're going to buff everything about him except the W, what they need to. By the way, the cooldown is going down by a decent amount. Wow. And he's been underperforming, so he sucks dick. I don't necessarily think this will help him. I mean, later on, it's going down to 5 with no changes. So, I mean, it kind of helps early game. 2 seconds isn't anything to scoff at, but it's really just a knock-up, and you can actually miss this shit. You can misclick and hit a minion or something, but I don't think this is going to matter too much early game. It's nice, but I think they just need to help his W out. LeBlanc. So LeBlanc is basically the whole lore driver of this whole arc in the story. In game, it seems like she is too good, so they're slightly nerfing her. Okay. Skarner, oh Jesus Christ. That's a lot. So they're nerfing him. Why are they nerfing him? Wait. He was a little weak, but his deceptively low win rate due to being quite hard to play. I think the Skarner rework was honestly, like, it was unique. It made him very, like, interesting. I personally hated it. I would rather play old Skarner than this one. Now, this one's kind of alright, but it's just, I don't know. Aside from the ult and I guess the E, the rest of the kit feels stupid. The Q feels stupid. The passive I like, but the W feels dumb too. Skarner has been, I feel like, such a nightmare. Now, granted, I think overall I'm in the minority and I'm probably wrong. I think his rework has gone very well received relatively. I mean, I think it helped him, but man, I just don't like this shit. But either way, what are they doing? We're the recent history with pro play. We're playing. Well, pro play is about to be over, so I think they can buff him for that too. Who can sustain this new level of power? We're nerfing Impale's cast time. Really? Wow. Skarner is meant to occasionally be a Juggernaut, where increases the viability of AD Juggernaut items. Sterix gauge. Damn. So the AD growth is going up. The Q damage is going up. The cooldown starts on the last defensive Q action, so that's a nerf. And then the cooldown is getting massively fucking buffed. Jesus Christ. And then now there's a 120 bonus AD ratio on the E. And then the R is getting slightly increased cast time, which I think is fine. Because they really are putting a lot of power into this. That's pretty cool. That's nice. I'm not going to lie. Talent is getting slightly nerfed in the jungle. That's fine. Volibear, and that's because Axiom Arc is apparently getting buffed. Voli is weird. Voli is very, very weird because I've been seeing people, and I'm a person who comes from like Volibear just building AD. I've been seeing people go full AP, and then that got nerfed, and now they're going some AP AD hybrid shit. I don't fucking know, but it's weird, and I don't like where Voli's at. I wonder what Riot thinks. Jungle Flow to be appropriately strong is quite weak. Top lane. Okay, cool. So the armor's going up, the AD's going up. The move speed is slightly getting nerfed. That's okay. And then the damage cap against non-champions is getting nerfed early by a lot and then buffed a lot later. Interesting. Volley's just weird, man. I don't know. I think he's a fun pick. I personally don't like him anymore. But I don't know, man. It really seems like they just don't want him jungle. Either way, Yone. Yone is getting buffed still. Wow. And that's because they nerfed his runes from last patch. Okay. And then finally up to the runes. So the balance changes are basically nothing. There was nothing important there. So biscuit delivery. I feel like this shit sucks ass, but apparently they're nerfing it, so it is what it is. I don't like things that are very early game, so I'm kind of biased though. But either way. So they're just trying to reduce early lane sustain. Okay. Cash back. Virtually every champion buys items and wants more of them. We're looking to empower the stream to make a more competitive choice. Rebate on legendary item purchases. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I've ever used this, or at least I haven't used it in so long, I don't remember what this fully does. I don't think this is the one that lets you go into debt. I think they removed that one for a while, so I've never really used this one. I think this gives you money back, which is interesting. I wonder if it just like actually matters though, because I mean the 6% would add up over time with each item you buy, but the math is very interesting on this, but I'm not going to do this now. Either way, that's pretty good. That's getting buffed. Maybe I might use it. I didn't even remember it existed. But granted, I have been playing a lot of ARAM Mayhem, so there's no runes in that you can actually pick. Guardian is, I heard, getting buffed, and it looks like it slightly is. That's pretty good. So what are they doing? They want it to be attractive to enchanters. That's disgusting. But actually good because I hate it. Well, I like enchanters, but the problem is mages, right? Enchanters just eventually build like mages if they're dumb, which a lot of people around me are, sadly, in my games. Anyway, we don't want an early surge of health to make it impossible to haul in squishies. We're mostly backloading. Okay, cool. So it's scaling with level. Nice. So the scaling with level, I mean, this isn't a huge buff then, but it's also scaling with AP, which is massive. Either way, from 15 to 25. That's pretty good. Hail Blades. I feel like this one kind of has fallen out of relevancy. A lot of people used to use it like Vibe, but I thought it was kind of bad. For some people, it kind of made sense, but it was so early game skewed, I really didn't like it. I mean, it has a place late game, but you're sacrificing other better things, in my opinion. This is very much early to mid game thing. So, because of that, they're buffing it. Seriously, one occasion run the competitor Hail Blades is pretty compelling. All right, so it's going from 140 to 160 on melee champions only. The range is the same. Okay, slightly better. I don't know if the 20% really matters. 20% doesn't sound like a lot in the grand scheme of things here, but 20% in general is pretty fucking big if you're not looking at it with this big percentage. So, slightly better, but I just think Hail of Blades is a bait to me, unless you're playing for early game like Zin or something like that. So, I guess it's okay. Bloodline. So this one has had a lot of nerfs over the year. I believe this used to give, I think, and I might sound crazy for this because I might be wrong, but I believe Bloodline used to give like 10 to 11% lifesteal when you fully stacked it. Uh, that was probably a long time ago because they really gutted sustain. But apparently this is pretty weak and it takes a while to stack up anyway. And granted, lifesteal is strong and they don't want sustain like they've been saying this whole patch. They're kind of nerfing a lot of early sustain, but they're buffing this, which is pretty good. So per stack, you're getting more. It's leading to 0.75 as a buff, so almost 1%. I think this is whatever. This is not that big. So move speed shards, they're giving a little bit more. Nimbus cloak, giving more move speed. Okay, cool. Phase rush, this is getting nerfed. Wow. So phase rush is almost to me similar as Hail of Blades, except I think it's actually better because move speed is such a underslept on stat. I think getting 3 autos off, unless you're like proccing something, isn't really that important. So again, people like Vi, I kind of understand why they do it, even though you could keep doing it, and then after the Hail Blade's initial, pummeling, it's like, oh, now you're just a normal champion with no rune. But Phase Rush, I feel like, is a lot better. I actually think Phase Rush is really fucking good. I just, I don't know if I would say it's too strong, but I think it's a little oppressive feeling. So they're kind of nerfing it with the slow resist. I'm glad they're not nerfing anything else. That's good. Tenacity Shard. This is going up because this felt like it did nothing and you never really noticed it. Cool. Triple Tonic. I forgot this was in the game. I never used this shit. You combine it with Biscuit Delivery. Oh, wait, no, you don't. It's been dwarfed by Biscuit Delivery. Never mind. So now you're getting more gold from the Avarice thing and the more force for the other one. Oh, I think this is the one in the beginning that gives you the 3, but then they only last for like a minute. Okay, this one isn't bad. They're definitely giving you a lot of early stats with this shit. Wow. And then finally, ARAM Mayhem. Oh, give me a second again. Okay, and I just got some cucumbers and some grapes. More food for the thinking. Either way, though, yeah, a lot of the runes, I mean, they got slight changes, and runes aren't supposed to be, besides, big keystone runes like Phase Rush and stuff, they're not supposed to be, like, entirely changing. So, I'm surprised Phase Rush got a little nerfed here, and then Hail Blades got buffed. I don't know if this buff was enough. I mean, again, 20% is a lot, though, but I don't think getting them out faster is really gonna, like, be too much of a difference, because you're overall just doing 3 autos, and that's it. That said, champions who want to occasionally come. Like, what even buff is this? It goes out slightly faster, but again, it's only 3 autos at the end of the day. I don't know. This seems weird to me, but yeah. They're changing the runes, but pretty light on the balance side of things, so that's cool. For regular Rift, which I'm barely playing. Let's get into the actual stuff that I want to see. So, I usually wouldn't go into stuff like this normally. I will do it here because, again, like I've been saying, this has been such a great game. Now, it's not without its flaws, right? This is where, and this is the true essence of it. I think it's just doubling down on what makes ARAM so fucking good and so fucking fun. It's randomness. There's gonna be games where you get shit, and quite literally, I went Karthus, I got the augment that was gonna give me a random prismatic instead of a gold, right? And the gold ones were good. I had Dark Harvest, I had Cooled, and I was like, okay, these are good, but let me go for the Prismatic. I got my fucking ult sealed, and I felt like shit the whole game. And we still won, and I still did great because, it's like a sacrifice for power. But still, I was like, damn, this game I really sucked dick. But then there was a game where I got Tank Engine on Kaisa, and I was the tankiest person in the game as like full damage Kaisa. And I was like, what the fuck is this? There's games that are amazing, there's games that suck ass, but that's the joy of it. And that's the randomness of it, which I think is amazing. It literally doubles down what people like, I think, about ARAM already, which is the randomness, but it turns it up to a 10. And it's amazing. Now, again, some things might be needed to be balanced because some things are OP, but that's the whole point because it's random. I don't think they should go too hard on the balance, and I've always held that opinion, especially with ARAM 2. So let's see how they spice this shit up. Hopefully they add some new ones, but I don't think they're going to do that. Also, I don't remember how long this is going to stay for, but man, I hope they make this shit last long. I love this shit. So we're here to squash some bugs and help chaos rolling. Thank you for the love and hilarious clips you've shared. It is so funny. There's some crazy combos where it's almost like a roguelike. I love ARAM Mayhem. So they're focusing on overperforming augments, and they're thanking us for our patience. We're adding the ability to create custom ARAM Mayhem games this patch. Oh shit, that's so good! Alright, so Draw Your Sword is getting nerfed. I never went this. I think this is the one that makes you melee. Dual Wield is really fucking good, and they're nerfing it, which I think is fine. They're not nerfing the actual part of it where it makes it so you hit twice. They're just nerfing the attack speed, which is good. Empyrean Promise I never use because it's a support one. Not many people like to go support or will even go support, so that's good. They're buffing that. Glass Cannon is getting buffed. I felt it was kind of weak. That's pretty good. Laser Beam, I think this thing sucks ass, but it's getting buffed, which I guess I was right. Master of Duality, thank God they're extending this. This was hard to keep up too. And again, you're already going to be familiar with these augments if you come from Arena anyway, at least some of them. Ocean Soul's getting nerfed. Restless Restoration is getting nerfed. That's fine. Slow and Steady. Snowball Roulette. I hate this one. Tap Dancer. Oh my god. Thank you, God. Holy shit, this thing is going to be broken now. Tap Dancer was only going to work on champions. Now it works on minions and monsters. This is going to be disgusting. That is what I'm fucking talking about. Swift and Safe, I never really took. Ultimate Awakening is pretty good already, so they're buffing it. Upgrade Collector. Oh my god, they're buffing this. So this already stacks slow, but this upgrade collector augment basically made it so you can infinite stack the execution threshold. You're kind of like Smolder at that point. And yeah, it took a lot. Every kill gave you 0.25, so 4 kills equals to 1%. And ARAM Mayhem games don't typically last long either. The fact that they made this shit 0.5, they really want people to just be killing. Oh my god, this really is Mayhem. They're living up to the name. Upgrade Cutlass, I actually never took this one. Upgrade Mikhail's, I never took this one. Veil of Warding, thank god this is getting like nerfed, because I think this is the Morgana Spell Shield. This one was up way too often. It made you way too protected. There was some silver and gold augments that were just way too strong, and this was one of them. ARAM Quality of Life. So let's see what they're doing. They're coming to Mayhem. They'll also apply to regular. So the Power Flowers will now heal you because they only gave shield and cooldown. So that's good. They're going to do even more. They're actually the best flower now, I think. Oh, excuse me. The cannon will give you a shield. Thank God. The cannon has a decreased knockback. Okay. And they've removed some water elements on the map to reduce confusion for Kiana players. Okay, cool. And then there's bug fixes where, oh my god, there's a lot, but that's okay. And then finally on to Arena. But yeah, ARAM Mayhem, some of these are really fucking crazy. Like, the Collector one is wild, and the Tap Dancer one, super wild. Anyway, what are they doing to Arena? If ARAM Mayhem's not out, I'm probably playing Arena, so I like that. Augment Aficionados and Daring Duelists, Arena and ARAM Mayhem, the world of augments is doing great. I hope they double down on augments, man. Augments are so fun. So they're doing some stuff to actual champions. I don't care. Augments. Earthwake, they have to probably buff, and they did because that shit sucks ass. Spellwake, they are buffing, which is great. Gamba Anvil, that's pretty good. They're buffing that. Mad Hatter, they're buffing that. Augment Power. Wow, they're doing a lot of buffs here. Dashing, okay. It's killing time. Okay, yeah, I'm not going to go through all these. I do like Arena, but not as much as I like ARAM Mayhem, so this is okay. Death Realm duration reduced from 28 to 15. Oh yeah, this shit was fucking long as fuck. It basically was the whole match, almost, which is good. And then bug fixes, cool. Kaisa audio update. Oh? Wait, what? Base, Bullet Angel, Arcade Kitty, LL, Lagoon Dragon, Star Guardian, Inkshot. Damn, so all her fucking skins? Evolve Sound playing double for Kaisa players, also other around Kaisa. There was a pretty funny bug, too, when it came to Jinx, audio-wise. I don't know if they fixed it in a previous patch, though, but this kind of reminded me of that. Anyway, for Risen and Immortal Legends, Kaisa Defies not correctly plays a stereo SFX. Wow. Okay, that's interesting. And then finally, the upcoming skins. So, like I said, the Lux one is alright. I think there's some quality to it. I fucking don't like it at all. I don't like that Lux is getting skins, but Lux skins sell, and it's for charity, so fuck it. Machine Herald Victor, this skin is bomb and dope. Mecha Kingdoms Darius is a legendary that I heard was not too good quality, and then Mecha Kingdoms Wukong kind of looks like another Wukong skin, and it's not that good. So, some good, some not. It's kind of whatever. And here we have some chromos. The chromos look nice, though, at least for Darius. Darius, though, I didn't even notice this was Darius because of the big-ass jetpack. And that's kind of what they're all doing with even the Jack skin, too. Mecha Kingdoms Jax, but I don't know if they're doing that with all the legendaries, but it's a pretty good skin line, but man, there's a lot of quality missing from these legendary skins nowadays, and probably because they're putting it in the gacha. But overall, this was a pretty boring patch, aside from some of the stuff they did to Mayhem, and then I'm trying to think what else. So the Mayhem stuff is good. These shits are forgettable and don't matter, and balance patch-wise, I guess they touched Garner a little bit, but everything else really did not matter. They buffed Ace a slight bit. Yeah, pretty weak patch overall, honestly. I mean, I don't think there's anything terrible that I hated, but also there's not really much I liked. I'll give this like a 5.5. 5 being neutral, as always, right in the middle. I'll give it a 5.5 just because of the decent changes to Mayhem and the other shit. But not really impressive, kind of a forgettable throwaway patch. And I'm assuming most of the patches are going to be like this until the new year or the new season, whichever comes first, if they don't coincide. But pretty much that's going to be it. We ran a little bit longer than usual, but that's fine. If you want to see more of me, watch me at Twitch TV/ excuse me, Twitch TV/ Tecnics channel. And tell me if you agree or disagree with anything I said. And if you want to say anything, say below. Anyway, have a good one, everyone.